it's like everybody asks me the same question. Did y'all fight? Well, if she stayed there and we fought for 18 years, man, she must be one of those people like to be beat.
Hey lovelies, how's it going, Copalis? Well, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to discuss Tina Turner. I know you guys are like, Leah, where in the world is this story going? However, she came out and she spoke, and she recently said she don't think she can ever forgive Ike Turner for what he did to her. Now, if you don't know who Tina Turner is, you're gonna learn today. She is iconic. She is an amazing singer, and she is from Nutbush, Tennessee. Her original name is Anna Mae Bullock. Tina was the name that Ike Turner gave her.
I said, who's Tina? He said, you're Tina.
And you said your name is Tina Turner?
Yeah, he says, you're Tina. And I said, Tina Turner. It was really hard to say in the beginning. I get emotional with certain conversations. I get emotional because in the beginning, Ike was very good to me. I thought he was the ugliest person I'd ever seen. I never seen anybody that skinny, but he had a presence. And then I watched him and he got on stage and he started, I thought, oh wow, I want to sing with that band.
Some of you guys may be aware of who Tina Turner is due to the movie What's Love Got to Do With It that came out in 1993, which starred Angela Bassett. At that point in Tina Turner's life, she decided to come out and tell us about her experiences with being married to Ike Turner for 18 years and what she encountered during that time.
The book was written because I was having a problem with every interviewer talking about my past and with Ike, and I felt that if I told the story of what my life was like there, people would understand why I left. And then they all went crazy to want to know how I stayed there, right? Yes, Ike was a violent man when I met him with his ladies before, his women before. I knew that he was a violent person. I also knew that he had a mental problem, and this is not sort of featured in the movie. Yes, he was a brutal man. He had some problems from childhood, and it sort of reflected in his life.
During that time, after the book released and later the movie, Ike Turner decided to come out and do interviews to explain his side of the story. It's almost like he kind of admitted it, but then he denied it. He went back and forth with his answers on several different interviews.
Ike Turner struck Tina on a regular basis for 16 years. With everything from shoes to coat hangers, once putting a burning cigarette to her lips.
Okay, I can stop you. I know where you're going. Okay, with all of this, if you look at Tina, you see any of those scars? She said I broke her jawbone. If you ask a doctor can tell you, if I broke her jaw, no way is she going on stage.
You admit that you have slapped Tina before, but why, Ike?
She would be walking around looking sad, with a lip drop, and I keep asking her, and what is the matter with you? What's wrong? And it's always, nothing. And it would go on for a day or two till finally, why the f don't you? And then this is where I would slap her or something. Then she would change her mood or attitude or something.
Do you ever regret anything that happened between you and Tina?
No, but I don't see why I should be put down on whatever I did for 18 years that we were together, man. It fed us, it slept us, it raised our kids, it put them through school, it did whatever we did. And so I don't know how all of this could have been bad, man.
Now, in this interview, he did let his guard down because I'm believing he was dealing with another black man and he was making a joke out the situation, and he was talking about, oh, I don't like Tina either. I'm not attracted to Tina. She's mean, she's rude, and things like that. And it made Ike put his guard down and express himself more than all the other interviews.
Dealing with Tina, I opened for Tina at Caesars in Atlantic City. I have to admit, she's not the nicest lady in the world. But I never thought about punching her with malicious intent, you know? I mean, I never thought about, you know, I don't like opening, you know, but you did hit her at one point, didn't you?
Yeah, we've had our fights, yeah. Some of them, you know, like just arguments. And I don't believe we had no more fights than the guy next door.
Yeah.
And let's say it like this. It's like, you like the way she sang today, do you?
Not really, but I'm sure some people do.
Oh, all right. You like the way she look?
Huh?
You like the way she look?
I'm into a much younger woman. But, you know, but if I was her age, I would love that.
Back during this time, they did do an interview together on satellite. They were able to hear each other out, and I tried to explain his side, and Tina explained her side as well.
It's like we've had I've slapped Tina. The only time I ever punched Tina in my life was the last fight that we had, and that was in Dallas, Texas. This is the last time we broke up. I have slapped her anytime. When I said slapped her, it's like I think we lived a lie. Our whole life was a lie.
Tina, what do you say to that?
I don't want to start an argument with Ike Turner via satellite. Everyone knows, everyone that worked for Ike and Tina in those days know what happened.
Well, I would say this, maybe so, if it was true, but if that's what it took to make her what she is today, then I have no regrets. There's no scars on Tina. You can take a real close look at her. She's never had any skin graft on her face anywhere. If I poured coffee on her and she got, from what I understand, she said 33 and 3rd degree burns or whatever it was, I'm sure that it would have been, she would have to have some skin graft or something.
Now, I did admit that he was battling with drugs during that time, and he said the best thing that happened to him was going to jail because it did help him sober up and detox.
Oh, I was terrible, man. Terrible. Best thing happened to me was when I went to jail, man. And so that's when I got my life back together. I can gladly say now, man, that I've been clean now, man, for 5 years, you know, a little over 5 years.
Where would she be now if she'd never met you?
Yeah, probably in St. Louis, nurse's aide at the at Barnes Hospital.
Did you make that much difference to her life?
Well, I think so.
Now, everyone knows the iconic scene from What's Love Got to Do with It when she escaped from Ike after the limbo incident. So she came out in interviews and she explained this story several times, and it is somewhat how the movie portrayed it.
Well, it was very difficult and dangerous because Ike was a violent person, and at that point he was on drugs, very insecure, and I had no money, I had no place to go. But I just took a chance. I said the way out is through the door. And while he was on one of his sleeping times, I just left the hotel, went out the kitchenway and down to the freeway, actually.
After 18 years of being in an abusive relationship, a lot of people asked why. Why stay so long? And why did she decide to leave? What made you leave?
I felt that I've had enough, just enough. Now it's time to go out the door. I had nothing. I had absolutely nothing. 36 cents. That was about the singing at all. First of all, I was thinking about where I was going to lay my head, so to speak. Yeah. Then I was just enjoying the freedom of not being in that environment.
So today, Tina is currently on a press run for her new musical. It's called Tina, the Tina Turner Musical. It's a Broadway show that hits stages very soon. I'm assuming 2020. So she has been asked a lot of questions, especially about Ike Turner. And this is what she was quoted saying: "I don't know if I could ever forgive all that Ike ever did to me, but Ike's dead, so we don't have to worry about him." So regards to the 1993 film What's Love Got to Do with It, Tina showed a glimpse of her life, and this is basically what she said. She said, "I think I'm ashamed. I feel like I told enough. I identify only with my life. I was busy doing it, doing the work. I don't necessarily want to be a strong person. I had a terrible life. I just kept going. You just keep going and you hope that something will come. This came." Now, Tina is retired. She is living in Switzerland with her husband, and he is, I believe, 63 and she is 79 years young. But one thing I can say, I was watching an interview with those two, and he is not here for all these Ike interviews.
Yeah, I think that our relationship is now almost 30 years old. Yeah. And I think that our relationship is almost longer in Tina's present than the previous relationship. So I think it's a time to close the book and close the chapter. And I think after the interview with you, she will.
I think so. I think so.
Because everything is said.
It's good to see that she found love again, and it's good to see that she's happy. I am amazed by that, and I just want to leave with what she said on Good Morning America about her serenity.
I have everything. When I sit at the Lake Zurich in the house that I have, I am so serene. Wow. No problems. I had a very hard life that I didn't put blame on anything or anyone. I got through it. I lived through it with no blame.
Here's to you.
And I'm a happy person.
Here's to you.